Hi, so we are Dave
and Shelley from At Millie's Gift Shop, and today we want to talk you through EcoPore. Now this is the first time we're trying this. We are so excited, but we thought we would take you with us on this little journey. We've already started something, as you can see here. We've prepared something, but we'll get back to that later. For now, Dave is going to talk you through the instructions on the EcoPore.
Yeah, so this is EcoPore here. As you can see, it comes in a powder form, and as it says right in the front, you just add water. So your mixing ratio on this will be 100 to 35. So for example, 100 grams of powder uses 35 grams of water. And you can mix this by hand or by an electric mixer, doesn't matter, as long as it's smooth and there is no lumps of powder. At the recommended 23 degrees of your working temperature in the room, you get 10 to 15 minutes of pot life, and then you can demould after an hour to an hour and a half, and then it's fully cured within 24 to 48 hours as well. And if you want your product to be water resistant as well, they recommend sealing it with an acrylic sealer or a varnish.
EcoPore is an amazing way of crafting and having a high turnover maybe. Resin takes a little bit longer, and if resin scares you a little bit, because you do need safety equipment for resin, as it's a chemical, this might be for you to start with. Don't need any safety equipment, there's no hazardous materials here, it's really quick to set and cure so you can demould and get on with more makes. So it really is a brilliant product. First time we're trying this one and we're really excited. So Dave is now going to show you the mixing, and then we'll crack on with the pouring.
Okay, so just like Blue Peter, here's some I prepared earlier. So I have 105 grams of water, so that means I've got 300 grams of powder to be weighed out. They recommend adding the powder to the water, so that's what we'll do. We'll add it slowly as we're stirring.
So exciting. I'm sure you don't want to sit here watching us pour and stir for minutes on end, so we've sped this a little bit up.
So you want to give it a good mix, make sure there's no lumps or clumps of powder left. Think nice smooth pancake mix like that. Lovely.
We've got some acrylic paste in, and we're also going to add a little bit of shiny mica powder. So we'll do that now. So we use some of this gorgeous golden crush from Just For You online, and we pop it in the tray with a bit of resin the night before. Now we've since found out that you cannot, once you've cured resin, it's not going to stick to the EcoPore, just like it wouldn't stick to any other stoneware type powder out there. Makes sense now, but last night we thought it might. But it will work the other way round. So once you've poured your EcoPore and it's set, resin will then adhere to that. So you can do it the other way round, so all isn't lost. We just work round it. When you're trying a new craft or a new product for the first time, you are going to make mistakes. So many of them. It's how you learn. So it doesn't stop us. We just find another way around, and eventually we get the result we want anyway, just trying a different way.
So then here we are, back to pouring the EcoPore. As you can see, I'm just pouring it into the mould here, ensure it gets down all the edges, and I haven't got too much in there, just the right amount as well. And what you're going to see in a second is us taking the supports for the mould away from the sides as well, and then we're just giving it a gentle lift up and drop down onto the table, just to make sure that any air bubbles in the EcoPore raise to the surface and then they pop themselves. So that's what we're doing here.
Then what we'll do is leave it for about half an hour and then come back, and with this you can unmould it. It's not fully cured, it'll take 24 hours, but you can unmould it, so that's brilliant. So we're back and here is where we find out that the EcoPore didn't stick to the set resin. All isn't lost. We do have a workaround for this, and we still managed to achieve the look we're going for. But there you go, mistakes happen. So this is what it turned out like. Now we're really impressed with the quality and the sturdiness of this EcoPore, but I'll show you what it was supposed to look like. So here's how we try and achieve the same look anyway, doing it a different way. So we'll start adding the Just For You Online Golden Crush straight to the actual tray. And then gently pour some resin over it. And we pop a heat torch over it to make sure there's no pesky bubbles. Then we'll leave it for 24 hours to fully cure, and we'll look at it tomorrow.
So, this has now dried and looks beautiful. As mentioned, it was supposed to be covered in resin originally, so it would have had these lovely sides on it as well, making it look extra pretty. But we were thinking outside the box, because obviously that didn't go to plan. We live and learn. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. This is one of our favourite resin accessories. Resin Gold edges from Just For You. And what I'm going to do is the bits that were going to be covered, I'm just going to colour with this all the way along. This will need a couple of coats. The first one might just sink in and end up being looking more silver, but a couple of coats of this pen, which is scratch proof as well. So a couple of these, and it'll hopefully give the desired effect. So here we are, 3 coats later, and as you can see, that is beautifully coated. Scratch proof, not coming off. On resin, with this gold edging pen, you'll just need 1 or 2 coats, but on this, because it's quite porous, it's taken 3, but it has left such a beautiful effect. That's it for now, and if we can make something like that on our first go, with a few mistakes thrown in, think about what you can achieve with a little bit of practice and know-how.